Let me make sure we're recording. Yay, you got private instruction. Keeping those eyes closed and relaxed. It's good to be back, but I already miss Hannah. My first day without her in months. I want you to complete each inhale before exhaling. With each exhale, release any negative thoughts, any thoughts outside of your body. I want you to keep your eyes relaxed, but gradually start to roll your neck side to side. Let's try not to slouch, continuing to sit tall. Maybe taking that into a full rotation and then reversing the direction. I want you to bring your chin back to center before lifting to neutral. Let's go ahead and add some shoulder rotations going forward. It's really easy to try to cut that circle. Try to complete your circle, even if it feels a little funny, squeezing those shoulder blades behind you. And let's go ahead and reverse the direction. You're going to feel those shoulder blades sliding down. These shoulder rolls almost become more of a workout if you're doing it correctly. All right, inhale, bring those shoulders to your ears, shrug. Exhale, relax the tension. Let's bring that right hand to your side. Left arm reaches over. Keep your chest from dropping forward. We got a small class today. Hopefully that means you're enjoying the beautiful weather outside. Lifting it back up and switching over to the other side. If you need to take that further, tuck that elbow into your body. I want you to keep note, make sure those hips are not releasing from the floor. Keep your hips down. Inhale, lift it back up. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see me. You might want to stay where you are in your mat. We're going to extend those feet out in front of us. Again, sitting tall. Ooh, hands behind us for support. I've almost knocked that TV over so many times. Crossing one foot over. You can keep that other foot extended or you can hug it into your body. Bringing your arm up and tucking that elbow, pushing it against that knee. So you feel a stretch in that upper back, upper and mid back. Remember not to slouch down. Keep everything as open as you can. Slow rotation back to center, extending that leg if it is tucked in, opening up the inside of that knee. With that leg that is extended, we're going to bring it flat to the floor, bringing your bottom as close to your foot as you feel comfortable going, feeling that stretch through the glutes. You can take that further by bringing your chest closer to your legs. Let's go ahead and extend that leg, uncross, shake it out. Let's switch over to the other side. We're going to start with that legged cross. You can keep that leg extended or hug it in close to your body. Bringing your arm up and over to look over that shoulder. Again, pressing that elbow into your knee so that you can feel that stretch in your upper and mid back. Take your time to rotate back to center. Hands are down for support as you extend that leg, opening up the inside of your foot and knee. Sliding your foot flat to the floor into that seated figure four. Again, you can get as close to that leg as you can for a deeper stretch. All right, let's extend that leg, uncross, shake it out. When you're ready, let's swing those feet behind us, hands on the floor, knees are on the outside of our mat, feet together, and sit back into that frog. Swing your hips side to side, open your hips, take your time. Bringing those hips back to center, trying to get that belly down as close to the floor as you can as you reach your fingertips forward. Inhale, shift your weight forward. Let's adjust those knees so that they're in line with our hips. From here, I want you to just kind of play with your shoulders. So squeeze your shoulder blades together, push away from the floor, let them sink in together. Notice the spine is not doing any of the movement. It's all in the shoulder blades here. It's a difficult move to get. It's really tempting to want to add your elbows and do a push-up, but it's not a push-up. It's all in the shoulders. See if you can exaggerate that movement a little bit further. Feel free to sit back on those heels to give your wrists a little bit of a break. Roll them out. We're going to do that one more time. You have the option to stay on your knees, or if you want to make it a little more challenging, you're going to step back into a full plank and sink into those shoulders and push away. Again, notice my hips are not doing the movement. My spine is not doing the movement. It's coming from the shoulders here. This is a difficult move, so if you're not getting it the first time, that's okay. Gently releasing to your knees if you are not already, and sitting on those heels to give your wrists a little bit of a break. Use this time to find your breath. All right, let's make sure those wrists are okay because we are going to keep working on those shoulders, shifting our weight forward. We're going to tuck our toes under. Let's hover over the floor for just a second here. So knees are about 1 inch off the floor, spine stays in that line. And let's bring those hips back, downward dog. Take your time, do what you need to do to get warmed up in this downward dog. You can pedal through those feet if you'd like. Maybe you're wagging your tail. Bringing your weight back to center. Like I said, we're going to keep going with the shoulders. So we're going to let those shoulders sink away from our ears. So packed shoulder position, and then you're going to push away from the floor. Relax those shoulders away from your ears and push away from the floor. That's the same movement we were doing, just going in a different direction. If you're anything like me, you find one shoulder's a little more challenging than the other. That's why we do this. Find those weaknesses so that we can strengthen them. Let's do one more. I want you to stay in that packed position, so shoulders away from your ears as you step your feet forward. Feel free to take your hands away if you'd like. Swing side to side. If you have your hands on some sort of yoga block or something in place of a yoga block, that's fine. Slight bend through the knees. Let's lift into standing. Head is always last to come up. Big breath. Exhale your arms to your side. Let's take one more deep breath in. I'm going to open up into my wide stance, turning so you can see me. You stay in your space. Notice my toes are pointed out. Taking a deep breath in. This time as we exhale, we're dropping our hips into a wide stance. What I want you to do is avoid your weight rolling to the inside of your feet. So see if you can pick up your big toe as you do this. The reason I have you not roll in is because you don't want those knees caving in. So we're going to use those glutes to pull those knees out. Tuck those hips under. Lift up. Exhale, see if you can get those hips a little bit further down. Lift it up. Exhale, lower it down. And big lift up. We are going to come back to this in a second, but we're going to swan dive into that wide forward fold. So exhale, hips press back and release here. You can have your hands or forearms down to the floor. My feet are facing forward now. Feel free to adjust as needed. I know it's difficult, but really try to let gravity do its job. Release the tension. All right, slight bend through the knees. Let's roll up so head is last. Inhale overhead. If you're like me, go ahead and adjust those feet. Ooh, back turned out. Find your balance. All right, here's our challenge. Bring those arms overhead. This time as we exhale, I'm gonna adjust my feet just a little bit. Exhale, wide stance. We're gonna hold here, chest is forward, shoulders are up, and alternate raising your heels. Notice my hips stay still, just my heels are moving. It's tempting to wanna do this. Keep those chests up. You gotta use your glutes to keep your hips under you. There you go. Let's do one more on each side. Back to center, lift. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. I'm gonna adjust my feet. Don't get comfortable yet. We have one more challenge. All right, slight bend through the knees. Let's take it into standing. All right, so you have your first option, one heel at a time. Next option, I'm gonna adjust my feet. We're gonna raise both heels and hold it. So you have two options here. Remember, you need to use your glutes to keep your hips tucked under you. So what I mean by that is you don't want your hips back here and your chest forward. I really want you to stand upright as best as you can. You should feel it in your glutes if you're doing it right. Arms up. That TV. Exhale down. Shoulders up. Option 2, both heels. Option 1, one at a time. You got this, team. For 5, 4, 3, we're gonna drop our heels. Push through both heels equally. As you exhale, let's scoot those feet together. Amazing job, team. I'm gonna rotate back to the side here. Feet in line with my hips, arms go overhead. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. You know this one. Holding here for a few breaths. With your hands on the floor, bending your knees if you need to, let's get ready to hop or step back into plank position. Press those hips back, downward dog. Adjust your feet as needed. Raising that right leg for three-legged dog here. Hips stay square to the floor. I know Hannah worked these hard last week, so I'm not going to have you hold it too long. Let's tuck it into our chest. Big step forward, runner's lunge. I'm going to have you windmill your hands back into warrior 2 or up into warrior 2, having your hips follow your heel, opening up. Awesome job, team. Inhale, lift and extend. Exhale, dropping one arm down. Hands are either placed on your leg, on a yoga block, or on the floor. If your shoulder and chest are dropping forward, adjust that placement a little bit higher. Tucking our knee into our shoulder. Extended angle you can modify by bringing that elbow up to your thigh. Again, chest stays open here. I want you to hold that position with your lower body as you lift with control into warrior 2. All right, we're windmilling back into that plank position, which means our heel and hips need to follow. We are in our runner's lunge. Let's step back into plank. Hold here for a couple breaths. And press those hips back, downward dog. You're doing an amazing job, team. We have that sequence on the other side. Let's get ready, starting with that leg extended for our three-legged dog. Swinging that leg up through to our chest, stepping forward, runner's lunge. Again, as we windmill our our arms into warrior two, our hips and heel release to follow. Take a peek at that knee. Is it caving in, or are you staying strong with those glutes? Inhale, lift both arms, extend. Exhale, release into triangle. Keeping your chest open, shoulders open, arms or fingertips facing the ceiling. Shifting your weight forward, tucking that knee into your shoulder. Option two, extended angle with that forearm on your knee for support. Let's keep that lower body strong as we lift into warrior two. Windmilling your hands down to the floor, rotating your heel to follow. Step back plank. Hold here for a few breaths. This is your last one. You did it. Release to those knees and sit back into child's pose. Way to go, everyone. Take your breath. Rock your hips side to side. Taking those hands below your shoulders, I want you to use them to press yourself up. We are going to stay seated on our heels. So if you need to modify this and you're not quite able to sit upright while sitting on your heels, go ahead and take a pillow, place that between your bottom and your heels. What I don't want to see is you leaning forward here. Arms reaching forward. And let's open up to one side. Open that chest. Bring that arm forward. Let's reach back other side. Bringing those hands forward. Let's go ahead and scoot back onto our bottoms. We're going to release down to the floor. You can use your hands for support or not. Remember, your head's always last to release. Keeping those feet flat. Go ahead and place your hands right above your hip bones. On your next exhale, so take a deep breath in. On your next exhale, I want you to feel those deep abdominals press into your fingers as you press that lower back into the floor. Those are your transverse abdominals. Go ahead and hold them tight for a few seconds. Release. Let's do that one more time in this position. Deep breath in. Exhale, press into those fingers. Lower back is pressing into the floor. And relax. All right, you have the option to stay here, or you can take it a step further by bringing your feet off the floor. What I don't want you to do is tuck your knees into your chest this way. The further out your knees, the harder or more difficult the exercise is. So at the very least, I want your knees to stay over your hips. So not tucked into your chest, because that's cheating. You're making an L or 90-degree. Fingers are placed on those hip bones. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, press tight. You can take it even further and hold that position. Can you bring those knees out in front of you? Once that lower back starts releasing, that's where you stop. Tuck those knees into your chest, roll it out. Very good, everyone. You have one more in you. And then we'll go into our cool down stretch. All right, let's do that one more time. 90 degrees, fingers placed on your hip bones. Deep breath in. Exhale, press tight. See if you can get those knees further. Once that lower back is releasing, it's where you stop. All right, you did it. Tuck it into your chest, roll it out. Keep one knee tucked in, other leg extended. You can stay here, or you can choose to extend that leg, reaching from either under your thigh, your calf, or your ankle. Reminder to keep your shoulders and hips on the floor. We're going to open out that leg to the side. You can choose to keep that leg extended, or you can tuck it into your chest before opening out to the side. Again, both hips stay on the floor. Let's bring that leg back to center. Tuck our knee into our chest. Slide our other leg to meet in the middle. Roll out that lower back a few times. And let's keep one leg tucked in or the other leg tucked in, extending out in front of you. You have the option to extend that leg, reaching from under your thigh, your calf, or your ankle. For those of you who have been running a lot, you can even flex and point your toe. Take that stretch even further, even if you haven't been running a lot. All right, you have the option to tuck that knee into your chest or keep it extended as you open out to the side. Just remember both hips stay on the floor here. Let's bring that leg back to center. Tuck your knee into your chest. Place that foot on the floor and extend your feet out in front of you. I want you to place those hands on either side of your body. Palms are facing up, eyes are relaxed. And feel the movement in your chest as you breathe. Start to relax any tension you have in your jaw, your forehead. Bring that down to your shoulders. Wiggle them out a little bit. If your fists are clenched, relax the tension. You're welcome to place a blanket or a pillow beneath your lower back for support if it's more comfortable for you. Keeping our thoughts to this moment. How you feel right now. With your eyes relaxed. I want you to just exaggerate that breath, the movement in your chest and belly. On your next inhale, I want you to swing or snow angel those arms overhead. Lengthen through the body, stretching out those shoulders. Rolling over to one side, using that bottom arm as your pillow. Eyes are still relaxed here. Taking the time you need to open your eyes. Take a few moments for your surroundings. Eventually lifting back into your comfortable seated position. Finishing with our deep breaths. Inhale, arms go overhead. Exhale, arms to your sides. Two more, sorry. Inhale and exhale. One more time, hands come to prayer. Exhale your hands to heart. Namaste. If you have not already met with your coach for TechMan Try for your second meeting, please make sure you schedule that. You should have received an email today, or if you have not, you will by the end of the day. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please feel free to reach out, and I will see you all on Wednesday.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Pedro, you got double workout today.
Yeah. Have to stretch from that one.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah. Very good. Talk to you later.
Bye. Have a good day. Bye, Gabriella. Thanks for coming.